Hey guys, what's going on? I've got another video for my Star Wars builds, and today it's going to be a little different than the last few. We're not going to be looking at like a single build like the ATRT or the STAP speeder, or figures like my Droidicas. We're actually going to be looking at a mini mock of the Battle of Umbara that I made. And I was working on this one just kind of as a test piece. Decided on Umbara so that I could use a majority of my black bricks because I don't use those very often, and I didn't want to sacrifice my tan or my gray for something that is inevitably just going to be a test run. So let's get right into it. Let me get the mock in here. I apologize if the camera is a little shaky in this video. I don't have a tripod, so I do just have to hold my camera here. So bear with me if you can. So here it is. As you can see, it is small, a little bit smaller than my hand. But I do like the size of it. It's a great display piece on the shelf. It looks good. The translucence of the red with the light looks really good. It pops well, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So you can see I just have some cargo scattered about. Little bits of just detail that you might see on a Star Wars battlefield, communications equipment, barrels of something, boxes and crates, a dead droid with 2 of these little Easter eggs from the original Star Wars Battlefront there. People who've played that know what I'm talking about. Got 2 501st clone troopers here, the Phase 2. We'll take a little bit of a closer look at them here in a minute. The big plant I like, I was fortunate enough to have found a good amount of those tentacle pieces. I wasn't sure if I had a lot of those, but thankfully I did. And then for these smaller plants, I just used a variety of droid arms with these little kind of claw end pieces, these little spiky pieces and hair bits all around. You can see I've got a hair piece here, and I think those work really well with the foliage that you see on Umbara in those episodes from the Clone Wars. So as you can see, I did this kind of sideways snot building, or not snot, I don't know why I called it snot, but this sideways building all the way around the perimeter of this little mock. And that was kind of the main test that I was going for with this mock, was to see how that would look, how I could achieve that with not, throwing tons of little detail parts and wasting a ton of parts on it. And I really like the way it turned out. Getting some of these shapes to line up with the flow of regular plates here was really fun and an interesting challenge that I had never really worked on before. And the reason for doing this test was that I'm actually working on a larger Felucia mock, much larger than this one, and I wanted it to not just be on a regular standard set of gray base plates, just because I don't like having the squared off edges and trying to cover those with a border and just throwing tons of pieces at putting a border around it and wasting all those pieces. And this just gives it a much more organic feel, I think, and lets you play a lot more with how you want the environment to actually look in your mock. So for the droid minifigures, we've all seen these a million times, I'm sure, standard battle droid figures. But they are using the Clone Army Customs droid blasters. I really like those. I picked up a whole bunch of them. And then for the 501st Clone Troopers, they are using the Clone Army Customs rifles as well. They have the 501st printed torsos. And then these really cool Phase 2, that original Phase 2 helmet that LEGO had made years and years ago, I think starting in 2005-ish maybe. And I just really like those. I prefer those a lot more than the newer Phase 2 helmets. I don't know why. That's not me saying that I dislike the new ones. I just prefer these ones a lot more. I think they just have that bit of nostalgia for me. Both these figures are the same, with the exception of their firearms, and this one is wearing a jetpack. Honestly, I'm not sure where these helmets came from. I bought them a long time ago. They were just sitting in my minifigure drawer, and I decided, hey, you know, this would be the perfect mock to throw these guys onto. So I was very fortunate to have those guys just laying around. As you can see, this border goes all the way around. I didn't really want to have any of the colors showing, and I wanted to be able to display it from all angles. So yeah, I really like the way it turned out. I hope you guys did too. Really thank you a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.